Washington Parish, a popular local rapper was killed and another man injured in a shooting in Bogalusa.
Sources tell us the motive for the shooting was retaliation. Police have identified the victim as Javarius Scott, who goes by the stage name Jaydayoungan. The second victim was one of Scott's family members. He is in the hospital in stable condition.
Bogalusa police say it happened on Superior Avenue. They were investigating that shooting. They were called out to another scene on Ott Street at Marshall Richardson Road, where a vehicle had been shot at. Police are trying to find out if the two shootings are connected.
Hey man, stay safe world. You already know what's going on. We got to talk about this situation with Jaydayoungan, man. The talented yet troubled rapper that was basically gunned down in his hometown of Bogalusa, Louisiana, man, last night. It's a crazy scene. We're going to get into the life and the death of Jaydayoungan and where do we go from here and what was possibly the cause of his death. We're going to get right into it. So let's go. So Jaydayoungan, man. He was a talented, troubled, and an interesting rapper that definitely came up and left an imprint, especially in his home state of Louisiana. Coming from the trenches and shit, man, obviously people would have hoped that he lived longer, obviously himself included, but it's the fact he was even able to do what he did is kind of a miracle if you really think about it. But his life was tragically cut short last night when he was basically gunned down outside of his house, man. It's a crazy story, honestly, and we're gonna get into it. So basically, police responded to a report of a shooting in Bogalusa. It was basically in the 600 block of Superior Ave just before 6 p.m. Police received a call about a shooting in the 600 block of Superior Ave. Officers responded to the scene stating that one victim was taken to Our Lady Angel's emergency room. A second victim, still on the scene, was critically wounded and treated by the EMS, then transported to the emergency room. Police say working a chaotic scene at the hospital and working the crime scene at Superior Ave, another shooting unfolded in the 800 block of Marshall Richardson Road just after 7 p.m., which people say was the cause, was related to the same shooting. I don't know if that's the hospital shooting that they were saying, but in that situation, authorities are reporting a car was shot, possibly related to the first shooting, and the occupants were injured. But as you see in the video, basically, there's they believe that it was a retaliation between two different gangs in the area. Jaydayoungan, he was known for having a lot of beef. He had beef with internet rappers. He had beef with the streets. Obviously, he had a whole situation that occurred a couple years back where there was a home invasion where people basically broke into his house and he fired back. And that kind of had people sort of wondering what exactly is he doing that he needs to be like that. He was an accessory to a murder charge, basically. We don't know if that's the reason that he is getting gunned down, but it's definitely not good. He was basically arrested in 2020. They said that he was involved in a violent drive-by shooting on August 8th between rival gangs throughout the city, and one person ended up dying from that situation, and it's definitely crazy. So it's not this is something that isn't gonna really happen. And there was another situation that occurred where he basically was killed someone else in self-defense in a home invasion as well. And also there was much publicized beef with NBA Youngboy, and it seems like NBA Youngboy doesn't really fuck with any real Baton Rouge rappers besides the people that he fucks with, but he has a beef with everybody from Baton Rouge, Fredo Bang, Jaydayoungan and shit. So that's already he had beef with him. Allegedly, he had beef with Julio Fulio because he clicked up basically with K-Su and was basically doing diss tracks towards Julio Fulio. Not saying that Julio Fulio had anything to do with it, but it's just a clear indication that this dude was super like had beef with hella people, especially with people in the city, basically going to jail, getting charged for a fucking murder, for a drive-by shooting. So it's like people believe that was basically retaliation for the whole situation that happened now, especially because they got him at his house. So it's like, I don't know, but at the same time, he was currently in jail on house arrest because of another case that he's basically facing. And in that case was the most recent one. He was he just got off jail, and he was in house arrest and had to be posted up and stay at his house. So if they got the information of where he lived, then it's pretty obvious. All they need to do is just camp out and wait, because it's not like he could go anywhere. And it turns out that he got shot outside of his house. So, he was kind of stuck. The life that he was living, really like the street life and shit, had him stuck. He wasn't able to travel. He wasn't able to move out of his hometown. And that eventually is going to catch up to you, because living in a small part outside of fucking Baton Rouge, there's not really many places to go. You go to Baton Rouge, you got the whole NBA YoungBoy 4KT niggas not fucking with you. You stay in your hometown, you have the whole dudes that you allegedly shot at for a fucking previous murder charge and shit. So it's it's really a victim of the system, but at the same time, if you didn't get caught, you wouldn't be in the system, man. And it's just unfortunate, because it's like he just got out of jail. He literally just got out of jail, and then a couple days later, after he got out of jail and was basically flexing his Corvette, and a couple days later he just gets gunned down outside his house, man. It's not something that's super surprising, but it's just sad in general for this shit to go down like it did. Because he was young, he was only 24 years old, man. But it's at the end of the day, it's not really I don't really know what else you'd expect, especially being in that life. But, some people make it out, some people don't. It's just a tragic tale of this rap shit and how bad it is. This isn't some social media gang shit. This probably wasn't even a rapper or anything like that. This was most likely a fucking some street shit. Whoever the fuck he was beefing with, man. And he was beefing with a lot of people. But hey, let me know your comments and thoughts and shit of the situation, man. It's super sad. Let me know what y'all thinking, man. Let me know y'all favorite songs. Let me know who you think did this shit. You think this was some rap shit? You think this was just some street shit, man? Let me know in the comments. Real say shit. You already know what's going on, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.